Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order right now, 5:15 p.m., Wednesday, December 8, 2021. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Ta,
Here?
Vice Mayor Nguyen, Vice Mayor Nguyen. We'll give him a
Sorry
minute.
before, but for somehow he out the line.
Okay, Councilmember Monzo,
I'm here.
Councilmember Ho,
Here.
and Councilmember Do.
I'm here.
All right.
Nguyen, seems as though Councilmember Nguyen's joined.
Okay,
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
all right. So all the council member here and
Mayor,
please.
I have one item that I need to add to the closed session. It concerns an existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9 D1 for existing litigation, City of Westminster versus Purdue Pharma and other defendants. This is a litigation that the council authorized to be initiated. We have outside counsel to speak to it, but there was some settlements. It's in federal court. There's settlements that have been proposed nationally, and there's been a deadline set by the court to respond. It came to our attention after the posting of the agenda, and we need to respond to it. And we're not going to have another council meeting, so I need to add that to the agenda. If you're in agreement, then I need a motion and a second to add it, and then 4 in favor.
I'd like to make a motion to add.
Second.
All right, we have the motion and second to add an urgency item to the closed section.
This is pharmaceutical. Yes.
So we have to do roll call vote then?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you, Mayor, and that is to add an item to closed session related to conference with legal counsel pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9 D1, existing litigation, one case, City of Westminster et al. Versus Purdue Pharma LP et al., USDC Northern District of California, case number 19 CV 02325 JST, transferred to USDC Northern District of Ohio, MDL number 2. The motion was made by Councilmember Ho, seconded by Councilmember Monzo. Councilmember Do, your vote?
Yes.
Councilmember Ho,
Yes.
Councilmember Monzo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nguyen,
Yes,
Mayor Ta,
yes.
motion carries.
All right, so do we have any public comments before we have a closed section meeting?
We have a speaker, Mayor, and the first one is Terry Raines. You may begin.
All right,
Good evening. It seems like every single closed session agenda has multiple cases of potential litigation. Not sure if they are new potential cases each time or just continued discussions of previous ones, but there are far too many regardless. Item 2 is extremely troubling. Yes, the sale of the parcel of Liberty Park was illegal and highly suspect, which is why we have an independent investigation underway. Item 2 implies the city is considering initiating litigation to recover this parcel. Let me be very clear here. The residents of this city will not allow the city, AKA us, the taxpayers, to pay one damn dime in litigation or recovery costs related to this illegal sale. We are the injured party here. This is both a criminal and civil matter. I predict there will be several people found liable in this case, criminally, civilly, or both. But you cannot go after the buyer, STT Westminster Property LLC, to get the parcel back because it is the city who screwed up, not them. Even if STT had ulterior motives to acquire the land at a steal of a deal, the city willingly sold it to them well under market price and violated state laws that govern abandoning and or selling public parkland. As a result, Chris Tong and company padded their portfolio and sold the property, including this parcel, 5 years later at full market value, netting a cool 2.6 million, 73% profit, laughing all the way to the bank. Surely you know STTU Westminster Property LLC was canceled with the Secretary of State on October 2nd, 2021. Prior to the dissolution cancellation in 2020, the company was suspended by the Secretary of State and Franchise Tax Board. The new owner of the property, VMBDS LLC, aka Chin Mai, is not to blame here. 100% of any and all litigation and or recovery costs must be covered by and paid for by Jones and Mayer. Dick Jones tops a list of who will ultimately be found liable in this case. And I sure hope that Jones and Mayer has a strong Arizona emissions insurance policy in place, because they are certainly going to need it. But while E&O liability insurance covers lawsuits over negligence and mistakes, it does not protect against criminal acts. City Attorney Bettenhausen, former City Attorney Dick Jones, and the firm Jones and Mayer must immediately cease any and all involvement in this investigation. I was horrified to learn from the city attorney that it was the city attorney's office that reached out to the district attorney's office about this matter. Seriously? And I'm guessing the city attorney's office may have also reached out to the attorney general and or grand jury about this matter as well. And that Jones and Mayer is probably who hired and contracted with the investigator. Unfriggin' believable. Just how stupid can the city be? Council, would you let a murder suspect have sole and direct access to gather and process the evidence against them? Wake up and smell the corruption and cover up going on right before your eyes. Item 3 is to discuss initiating litigation for the recovery of maintenance costs for this parcel. Once again, not one damn dime better be spent of our tax dollars to recover this money. Just like the illegal sale, it was the city that screwed up. The property owners just enjoyed the free ride until the city finally woke up 5 years later. It's not their fault our own city staff failed to communicate with each other to ensure the city stopped maintaining the parcel immediately after the sale. There are certain people who, in my opinion, are personally liable for this mistake. Perhaps they should reimburse the city out of their own pockets for the maintenance costs. I just know it must not be us taxpayers. We have already been robbed enough. Stop hemorrhaging our money to fix matters caused by gross incompetence and or malfeasance of city staff and or other officials. Enough is enough. Item 4 is a performance evaluation of the city attorney. Again, I already presented my comments on this item at the last meeting. Again, I have no idea if this is targeting Christian personally or Jones and Mayer in general, or the nature of the discussion. I do believe Jones and Mayer will top the list of those criminally and or civilly implicated in the illegal parcel sale. I have been reviewing the warrant registers and I'm astounded by how much Jones and Mayer bills the city for legal services and how much the city has to pay other specialty legal counsel because Jones and Mayer do not provide specialized legal services. Welcome to the 4 different legal counsel that I see on the Zoom that I've never seen before. If I were the city manager, I would closely scrutinize all invoices presented from Jones and Mayer to ensure full contract compliance and that we are not being overbilled. I would also demand all contracts and invoices related to the Liberty Park investigation be reviewed and approved by the city manager if that's not already happening. And again, Jones and Mayer should be completely out of the loop for this investigation, and their connection in any way to the investigator or investigation jeopardizes the investigation. Thank you and happy holidays.
All right, do we have any other speaker?
Yes, Mayor. Next is Camila Overbeek. You may begin speaking now.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
may begin.
Camilla Overbeek, resident of Westminster. First off, Terry nailed it, so I just want to put that out there. But specifically,
No problem.
I'm sorry, would Charlie like to stop speaking so that I can speak? Closed session item 4, from a resident's perspective, the city attorney, meaning the firm, not Christian, although I do have questions, has been absolutely dismal. They have lined their pockets with taxpayer money and only sought to protect individual interests, never the city. The Liberty Park issue is just one. Obviously, given all the other lawsuits, we can see how that goes. I believe that firing them and hiring a new firm is long overdue. And finally, Jones and Mayer should be handling all of the upcoming issues for the sale of the Liberty Park parcel on their dime, and taxpayers shouldn't have to pay for any of it. After all, if they had done their due diligence, we wouldn't be in this position. Taxpayer money is not meant to make you rich. I hope this council will do the right thing and find a much more competent firm to represent this city. We sure as hell can't afford to be sued anymore. Thank you.
All right, any more speaker?
Mayor, there are no other speakers. That concludes the speaking portion. Thank you.
All right, so now we have a closed section, please.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm going to move everyone into holding, lock the meeting. City Attorney, I need your assistance on which of the attorneys are going to be in the first item.
Melissa Ballard and Roman.
And Roman, okay, everyone else.
Silberfeld.
So Roman and Melissa. Okay, let me start locking and moving everyone over.